Alright, so before we get into the video, we're going to be talking about the Michaela Mayer versus Erica Farias post-fight review. Michaela Mayer dominates Erica Farias over 10 rounds by a unanimous decision. My thoughts on it, really, I wasn't mainly paying attention to the fight because there were just so many fights going on, big fights, I was mostly focusing on the Jamal Charlo fight. But, I'm glad Michaela Mayer got the win. I hope she gets, like, a big fight next, like Delphine Bersoon or maybe, what's her name? Amanda Serrano. One of those, fighters. I think that would be a very good test for Michaela Mayer, But, I'm very happy for Michaela Mayer that she got the win, But I'm going to just say this. Boxing needs to make 3-minute rounds for women. I think it's a bit kind of like sexist in a way. Because how come boys get to, boy boxers get to fight 3-minute rounds, but girls have to fight 2-minute rounds? I feel like that's a bit, I feel like that's a bit, sexist. So I think boxing really needs to change that. And I feel like you would see a lot more girls knocking each other out if they would have 3-minute rounds. So yeah. But on to the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Rob Brant versus Janibek Alimkhanuly. Is it Alimkhanuly or Alimkhanuly? Khanuly. I apologize if I mispronounced the name. So, anyways, if you guys don't know, this fight takes place on the undercard of Vasily Lomachenko versus Masayoshi Nakatani. So this is the co-main for the fight. So if you want to watch it, tune in on ESPN or ESPN Plus to watch it. The undercard is on ESPN Plus, and then the main card is on ESPN. So yeah. So now let's talk about their stats, and then the odds, and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Rob Brant. Rob Brant comes into the fight with a record of 26 wins, 2 losses, 0 draws, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 6'1" with the 70.5-inch reach. Right, so now Janibek. So Janibek Alimkhanuly comes into the fight with a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 5'11.5" with the 71.5-inch reach. So Rob Brant is the taller fighter, but Janibek has the longer reach by 1.5 inches. So yeah. Alright, so Janibek Alimkhanuly is listed as a -400 favorite over Rob Brant, which I'm very shocked about. Anyways, now let's talk about what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Rob Brant, the slight underdog. So what Rob Brant needs to do is definitely not get caught by Janibek. Janibek does hit hella hard. He does hit hella hard. He does have 8 wins with 5 knockouts. So he does carry power. But if Rob Brant can box beautifully and outpoint him and get out of danger really quickly, and punch and then get out really quickly, then he has a very good chance of winning. And then also he needs to outspeed Janibek, because Janibek, very good fighter, very, very talented fighter, but it's not like his footwork isn't necessarily the best. So I feel like Rob Brant needs to take advantage of that and then just outpoint him, outbox him, just outscore him, and then move around, punch, get out of punch, and then get out, and then. But the thing he really needs to watch out for again is Janibek's power, because Janibek carries a lot of power. I can see why Rob Brant now is an underdog. Is because Rob Brant doesn't have the best chin in the world. He actually doesn't have a good chin at all. He did get knocked out he got stopped by Ryota Murata. But he beat Ryota Murata. So that's a very good guy on his resume, because Ryota Murata is a very tough fighter. So that's what he needs to do, is definitely to be the faster fighter. Use your very quick feet, because Rob Brant has extremely quick feet. That's the thing. His footwork is impressive. Very quick feet, But the thing is that his head movement is his problem. In this fight, he really needs to work on his head movement, because he gets hit a lot. And especially for the chin that Rob Brant has, which is garbage, he definitely needs to work on his head movement, because Janibek carries a lot of power, and he's a very good boxer. And also he needs to use his experience over Janibek. Yes, Janibek was an amazing amateur, but in the pros, he really needs to use his experience against Janibek. Because he has a lot more experience than Janibek, and he has a lot more experience of fighting like competitive fighters than Janibek. So he needs to use that experience against Janibek and just pretty much outpoint him. I don't see him knocking him out at all. I don't, I think it's going to be a very good fight, though. I got my prediction, but I'm not going to tell you that until the end of the video. But that's what he needs to do, is to just outpoint him, uses very quick feet. He uses quick feet against Janibek, and then and then just get the judges' attention, because Rob Brant, the judges are definitely gonna be in Rob Brant's favor, in my opinion, because first of all, he's American, and second of all, he's American. So that's why, in my opinion, I think the judges will be on his side. And also because he was a very good fighter coming up until he got knocked the hell out by Ryota Murata. I mean, no, he didn't get knocked out, but he got put on ice skates the whole fight, and then they stopped it. Honestly, my thoughts on that stoppage, so I wasn't a fan of it. I felt like it was a bit controversial, because they were in Japan, and Ryota Murata is very, very big in Japan. So I felt like Rob Brant could have lasted the round. Yes, he was badly hurt, but he was still on his feet, and I felt like they should have kept the fight going on, because the round was about to be over, and I felt like it was kind of a poor stoppage, in my opinion. It wasn't necessarily a horrible stoppage, but it wasn't the best stoppage. I just felt like Rob Brant could have went on. But if you watch the fight, before Rob Brant got stopped, he was winning against Ryota Murata. He was scoring, he was just outscoring Ryota Murata. So if he can do that against Janibek but not get caught, he has a very good chance of winning this fight. He just really cannot he cannot get caught by Janibek, because Janibek will hurt him if he catches him. And if he gets hurt, it's over, because Janibek is a very good fighter at putting people away. And he is, a very, very, very strong fighter, and carries a lot of power. What is his power hand? His right hand, I think? Yeah, he has, he carries a lot of power in that right hand. And, if he can crack, and if Rob Brant gets caught, if he gets cracked by Janibek, then he's getting stopped or knocked the hell out in the fight if he gets caught. So that's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do win, is that, for one, be the quicker fighter, be the smarter fighter, outbox Janibek. Use your experience, use your height, and then and definitely do not get caught by Janibek's power, which is in his right hand, I think. So that's what Rob Brant needs to do to win. So on to Janibek Alimkhanuly. So what I would like to see from Janibek is definitely hurt Rob Brant. Because, again, like what I said, Rob Brant gets hit a lot. Even though of how good of a boxer he is, Rob Brant gets hit a lot, dude. Like, he gets hit too damn much. So, like, he needs to use that as an advantage and pretty much just hurt Rob Brant. Hit him with your power and get his attention, because you can definitely get his damn attention by hitting him with your power. And then after that, just look for the kill and knock him out. Because Janibek can definitely knock him out. He has the power to. He has the skill to. But the thing he needs to worry about is, again, I would really like him to work on his footwork. Like, even though of how good of an amateur he is, I'm not really that much of a fan of his footwork. It's not like he has very slow feet, but he definitely needs to get quicker feet, because I feel like he would be more of a monster if he has quicker feet. And he would definitely have a very good chance of beating Rob Brant. And also, timing. He really needs to time Rob Brant very, very well. Because Rob Brant, yes, he gets hit a lot, but, he does come out very quick. But, but again, Rob Brant does get hit a lot. So he needs to take that, again, as an advantage and catch Rob Brant and hurt Rob Brant, because, yeah, so pretty much that's what he needs to do is to hurt Rob Brant and outbox Rob Brant, and definitely use your reach. Your reach is definitely the key in this fight. If you can keep Rob Brant at bay and then land that perfect right hand on him, you can win and you can knock him the hell out. Because Rob Brant, again, he does not have a good chin at all. I question his chin, but Rob Brant is still a very talented fighter, and this is why I can't wait for his fight. Very good fight, But that's what Janibek needs to do to win. So, yeah. So, my final prediction, again, this is a very good fight. I can't wait for this fight, this is a very good co-main for the fight. But if I would have to pick one, I would probably have to lean more towards the more experienced fighter of Rob Brant. The reason why is because Rob Brant, for one, is a very slick fighter. Yes, he does get hit a lot, but if he can get out very quickly against Janibek, then he can win easily. I think that he's gonna really work on his head movement, and I just think that he'll just be a better boxer, and I just feel like it would be a little too much for Janibek. I feel like it would take a long time for Janibek to get used to Rob Brant's slickness. I think that, it'll almost be a shutout, but I think, Janibek will probably start very late, around like maybe round 9, maybe round 10. But I just feel like Rob Brant and his experience is gonna play a big factor in the fight and will win him the fight by a wide unanimous decision. So yeah, so that's my final prediction. I got Rob Brant by a unanimous decision. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.